Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. 13 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Monday morning, the first day of the 12th month of 2025. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Micklin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air right here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we're broadcasting at 103.3 FM. And if you're listening to my voice anywhere else, you've gone to our website to do that, streaming all the time, ksje.com, or you may be listening through the new KSJE radio app. So thanks for joining us this morning. Also joining us are viewers who are watching the video of this program, which is streaming out live to the KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. Glad that you are all with us today, because coming up, we are getting an update from the San Juan County Partnership. They are never a dull moment over there because they've got lots of stuff going on. We'll get an update on some of the things that are happening, some of the new things that will be happening with the partnership in the new year, and much, much more. So stay tuned for that. Our conversation begins in the next few moments right here on KSJE. Then, of course, next hour at 9:06, Mick Hess is going to take us roving with the arts. That is our weekday classical music program, starting up after the news next hour right here on KSJE. A reminder, you can also connect with us on other forms of social media, if that's your thing, like Instagram and Blue Sky and X, in addition to Facebook and YouTube. And our KSJE podcasts are available wherever you listen to podcasts these days. So subscribe for free and maybe discover a new local program that you may have missed recently, or better yet, download and use the new KSJE radio app. It is available at the App Store and on Google Play. Podcasts are there. You can listen live right there and stay connected while you're on the go this busy holiday season, the KSJE radio app. A reminder, too, this week, KSJ is taking you on the road, live local events all week long, beginning on Wednesday, the mayor's reading and tree lighting ceremony at the Farmington Civic Center. Also, we'll be broadcasting live the very chilly Christmas parade this Thursday evening at 5:30 p.m. from downtown Farmington. The San Juan College Luminaria display happening, of course, Saturday evening. We'll have updates throughout the evening from 5 to 11 p.m. And the live drawing, our partnership with the PMS Festival of Trees at high noon on Sunday, December 7th, to see if you've won one of those wonderful trees. Outside our studios this morning at San Juan College, after a dusting of snow here in town overnight, 29 degrees at the moment this morning. We're expecting more sunshine today and a cooler day today, 38 for a high in Farmington. Clear and 24 overnight, a bit warmer tomorrow with sunshine and 41 degrees on Tuesday. Partly sunny, 40 degrees on Wednesday. Partly sunny and 36 degrees by Thursday, with overnight lows, as you can see, right around 30 degrees, and maybe a chance of some flurries overnight on Wednesday night. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Back with my guests from the San Juan County Partnership right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, whose vision is to deliver world-class care, making life better for the communities they are privileged to serve. Offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so residents can live life better here. San Juan Regional Medical Center, community owned and operated, here for you.
Now back to Studio A and the award-winning Scott Micklin Morning Program on KSJE.
And joining me this morning, as I mentioned, from the San Juan County Partnership, Executive Director Anna Krutsky is here with us this morning. Good morning. Welcome back to KSJE.
Good morning, Scott. It's always a pleasure.
Great to have you here. Also joining us this morning as well, Cheri Floyd is here. Good morning to you, the director of the housing program, or supervisor of the housing program. Good to have you here as well.
Good morning. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. And Anna, let me start with you a little bit about some of the things going on with the San Juan County Partnership. I know you're busy.
Always
You've been busy. You've been telling me how busy you are, and that hasn't subsided at all.
Not one bit. No,
Right.
We actually just took on a brand new grant with the state of New Mexico that focuses on prevention education. And this particular grant will follow the grant that we were working on around polysubstance use over the past 5 years.
Okay.
And so we have another 5 years coming up that we're going to focus on reducing overdose deaths,
Nice.
educating the community on polysubstance use. And we will be focusing on youth as well this year, high-risk youth specifically, really focusing on youngsters who have been struggling with homelessness and who are at higher risk of substance misuse due to the stressors that they are under. So I have a kickoff tomorrow down in Albuquerque for that particular grant. I'll meet the cohort from the other 3 or 4 counties that are going to be focusing on this across the state.
Okay.
So really looking forward to digging into that, and I'm sure we will talk much more about that over the course of this coming year.
Sure.
We have a brand new
I was just going to, let me stop you for just 1 minute. I was going to just interject a little bit too. This
Yes.
sounds like to me this was a competitive grant with
Yes.
other folks around the state that
Yes.
you were awarded then. Is that true?
Yes, that is true.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, it's a real, I'm really grateful for the prevention community across the state and the work they're doing, and that we really get to bring those efforts to our community and focus on, how do we reduce some of these struggles that people are really suffering.
Right.
Overdose is really, really scary, and we want to prevent that as much as possible.
Sure, very true. And I guess when you're talking about kids, you have you need the cooperation of the schools and things like that, and so that's another important part of this conversation, I think,
Absolutely,
too, right? To
yeah.
make sure
So-
that you have access to those kids to talk about some of these important messages.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we're going to be working on over the next year or year and a half or so is building a youth coalition. We've had one historically with the Maristine Advisory Group, and that during COVID sort of fell apart. So we are going to be working with schools and other groups in the community to rebuild that coalition and
Nice.
bring youth voice into the conversation.
They're not shy.
No,
So
they're not, which
that's
is
good to
really
hear those
great.
voices.
Yes, not shy. Lots of ideas that a lot of us who are getting up there wouldn't necessarily be thinking of. So
Sure.
it's really important to have their voice as part of the conversation.
Right. Well, learning what their priorities are, what their thoughts and fears
Yeah.
and goals
Yeah.
and all those different things. So I
Exactly.
like that. So
Yeah, definitely.
Sounds great. Well, congratulations on that. And there's more. Wait, there's more, as we say in radio.
Well, as part, that's right. As part of that effort, we are going to need to bring a couple of new employees on. So I've got one new prevention is starting today. So
Nice.
hopefully that all goes well. And then I have started a search for an associate director. So that person will work on this grant in particular, specifically with the youth component, and be a support to me as I continue to look and search for ways that I can bring new funding and new ideas to the community to support our prevention efforts and our community wellness as a whole.
Right.
So yes, so anybody who's interested in talking to me about what it would mean to be an associate director for San Juan County Partnership,
Okay.
please get in touch with me. You can find all of our contact information on our website at San Juan County or sanjuancountypartnership.org.
Is it sjpartnership.org?
It is sjcpartnership.org.
There it is. That's the website
Yeah,
address.
yes.
sjcpartnership.org. Thank you.
You got it.
There you go. And so is the job posting there?
It is. Should be on the website.
Okay, or will be soon.
Or will be soon.
As soon as you get back to the office and hit the button
Yes,
to publish.
Yes.
There you go.
I am starting this as sort of a soft request out there. We have not posted it on Indeed because that
You'll get a lot of interest, I'm sure.
Too many, so we're going to start with just posting it locally, and it will be on Facebook as well.
Okay, very good. Well, congratulations. That tells me that the partnership is growing.
We are
and
growing.
The responsibilities of the people that work there are growing. And so I guess the more the merrier to help manage some of these different grants and these different prevention efforts into the community. You are doing more and more than you were just a couple years ago, I think.
That is true. Yes, absolutely.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Very good. And you brought Cheri with you this morning.
I sure did.
To talk a little bit about the housing program, which we know is a big need in the community. And I think there's never a shortage of folks that are being helped with the housing program. And so talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay, and currently I will speak about our new program. It's the Rehab to Rental program. And what that is, if somebody is a property owner and they have a rental that needs to be brought up to compliance, they can get up to $25,000 per a rental, but it cannot go over $75,000 per property owner.
Okay.
So there is some, it can't be over like an 8-plex, things like that. But if they rent to someone that is a voucher holder of San Juan County Partnership for 5 years, then they don't have to pay it back. So it's a great collaboration so that we can get some of our rentals up to code, and then we can also house some of our voucher holders.
Got you. And so I guess, let me ask you specifically, if I did have an 8-plex, which I don't, but if I did, and I only wanted to maybe renovate 1 or 2 units in that 8-plex with this program, that would be allowed, would it not? So that's okay. And then that means I could only rent out those 1 or 2 complexes that are up to the standards to someone in your program as well.
Yes, unless you had others that were already up to our standards.
Right, that I paid for on my own.
Yes,
sure.
And then hopefully you wouldn't have to do anything to bring it up to compliance, and then you could rent to us.
Got you. But that's part of those housing rules, I guess, too, right? When someone comes to you and you're able to help them find housing, you're making sure that they are going into a place that meets certain standards and has a certain amount of, I think, I know there's lots of different rules and regulations with fire extinguishers and just think that it's a safe place and things like that.
Smoke alarms.
All that stuff, right?
All the things. We want to make sure that the people that are renting are safe and up to HUD compliance.
Right. And there's a big demand, I think, for your program and for that assistance as well, right?
There is. There's a huge need for people.
And so is it just singles or families or all walks of life, I guess?
All walks of life. We house families, single people,
right.
People that are in need.
Got you. And so if I'm a landlord listening this morning or somebody tells me about what those people on the radio were talking about, can they get in touch with you? This program is active and you have money to give if a landlord meets those requirements?
Yes, you can give me a call at San Juan County Partnership.
Okay. That's great. Is that a new program or a relatively new program? Been around for a while.
Right
or
now
new to you?
It's new to, it's a pilot program.
Got it.
So we've actually launched our first one. I went down and you have to do an initial inspection, so we've completed that.
Okay.
And now we get to do all the paperwork and then have them bring it up to code.
Got you. And so, but it looks like that will be done well, and at least you've got someone that's starting the process, right?
We do.
And so that's exciting. So eventually you'll have another unit to be able to offer to a client of yours.
Yes, and this one's going to be in Gallup.
Okay. Which is part of the partnership's coverage area, for lack of a better term, right?
Yeah, we're excited about this. We'll see how it's going to go great. We're going to, like I said, there's lots of paperwork, so we're getting it started.
Got it. And so this is available then in McKinley County and San Juan County for landlords and others? Got you. That's exciting. And because we know there's a big need for affordable housing and safe housing for individuals, and that's what this is designed to do. So it's $25,000 per apartment or per unit.
Per unit.
Right? And maximum of $75,000?
Of $75,000 per landlord, but it wouldn't be, it wouldn't be on one unit, the $75,000.
No, $25,000 per unit,
per
right?
unit, spread out. And then, like I said, they have to rent to someone that has one of our vouchers for the next 5 years.
Right.
Or they have to pay back part of it.
Oh, pay it back. Got it. But if they do rent to someone for 5 years, they don't have to pay that money back. That was like free renovation money, it sounds like to me. So that makes it sound...
So it's a win-win for everybody, really.
Sounds like it, right? Exactly. Very, very true. And is that just a max of $75,000 per year? Could I reapply in the following year or after the program is already been completed, or how does that? Is there any deadline?
I believe
on that?
it's just total per max.
I'm
That's
maxed
max.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Gotcha.
this is a pilot program, and like
Sure.
you said, the goal is to increase inventory
Right.
of units that meet HUD standards that they will evaluate over the next couple of years. How is this working? Where is the funding going? In what communities this is being offered across the state? And they'll evaluate and shift it based on that need. And if we're finding that this is really effective and that landlords are following through and we do increase inventory for voucher holders, then we will possibly see more.
Got it.
So I think it's just a great start,
Right.
to try to manage the inventory concerns that are plaguing all of us across the state and honestly across the country.
Sure.
For housing right now.
Well, and I would guess that maybe for some landlords, maybe their rentals were up to standard or were up to the standards of the program at one point. Maybe those standards have changed a little bit, and so now they're not. And so in order to just get them boosted back up, they may need a few little tweaks and improvements.
So there have been some more compliance issues that we do have to look for. So it's not just making sure that every room has a smoke detector now. There are standards around railings. There are standards around windows and
Sure.
doors.
I didn't mean to simplify it like that when I was mentioning, but you're right.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it definitely they have increased the elements that need to be up to par in order to be able to receive funding
Sure.
from the federal government
Gotcha.
for any housing.
A longer checklist when Cheri does her inspections, I guess. Huh?
Exactly.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
so-
Cheri's becoming an expert.
There you go. Well, that's good. But you're right. I think that would be wonderful for landlords to take advantage of this program, because if they have rented to someone in the program before and are not able to because of some issues with the unit, this would be a way to get that back up to snuff and get it paid for. Who doesn't like that? And then make one more rental or a couple more rentals available on the market for our folks who are really in need. And that's another part of the work that you do. I know when you have funds available is to work with individuals that are looking for housing and stable housing in the community. That's another part of the work that you do, correct?
Yes, we have some people that are what we call literally homeless, and then they would complete a homeless survey, which if you need one completed, please contact us. We can
Right.
schedule an appointment and get that done. And then it's scored by the New Mexico Homeless Coalition, and you go on a list. And whenever we have funding, we pull from that list. And then also when we have funding, we have people that are at risk of being homeless.
Right.
They're behind on their rent, so then they'd have to bring in their lease agreement and then their 3-day notice. And if there's funding, then we can help them pay back rent and then forward.
Got you. And so all that is another part of the work that you're able to do and to get when funds are available. But I imagine those funds tend to run out before new funding comes in. Is that kind of what happens sometimes?
Sometimes, yes, they do, and there's so many people that are in need,
Yeah,
especially around this time of the year.
I'm sure. Very true. But it's still worth it for folks to reach out and at least get on the list or to be made aware of what other programs maybe are available. And if you don't have money, maybe somebody else, another program might have money in the community to help them. Is that?
We always try to
sometimes what happens?
collaborate with everybody in the community, because if we don't have a resource that someone needs, everybody's aware of the other resources, and we're able to contact, do you guys have funding, and send people to them. So we all work together.
Right. Very good. And this is, again, one of the big, I think, issues in our area, in a lot of areas. I don't think San Juan County or McKinley County is immune from affordable housing problems. We see it kind of all over, but it's one of the ways that the partnership is working to help match up people with funds and programs to get them into some stable housing.
Absolutely. Right now, the past 2 years, I do believe we've spent about $1 million a year in just rentals, and that comes right into the community. We work with a lot of local landlords, so that money stays in the community, which really makes me happy to see. We usually receive funding either in October or in July, so it's the federal fiscal year or the state fiscal year, and we have used up most of that funding already. So we will look probably the middle of January to see if we can secure some more, and that would be specifically for rapid rehousing or homeless prevention services.
Got you. And with that, you look to the folks on your list, I guess? Is that kind of where you look for, or is there a priority that you try to
There is a priority.
Wait?
So the New Mexico Coalition to End Homelessness does work with a federal database, which is the HMIS. I'm not going to remember what all those letters stand for right now.
I won't even ask you.
Yeah. Homeless inventory.
Some database.
Exactly.
Okay, sure. All right.
And so there is a survey that many organizations in the community have been trained to complete. So we do them. The Navigation Center with the county does them. ECHO is working on doing them. The Path Shelter does them. PMS might have a couple of community support workers who are doing that as well. And there might be some other, San Juan Center for Independence also does them, or has historically. So if you complete that survey, which can take up to about 45 minutes, that will put you on the list, and then you're scored, and we are required through our funders to take the highest scoring people and place them first. So we every week look at that list and see if there are people who would be appropriate and fit into the program, and we communicate with them and start building an application process to support them getting into housing.
Got you. And again, it's all types of situations and all different scenarios, and I'm sure we can't even I can't think of what comes into your office, but how you have to score that in order to maybe weight that and see do other kids involved?
Right. So we don't do the scoring.
Right.
We just complete the application or the survey, the questionnaire, and then that is given to the New Mexico Coalition to End Homelessness. So we give them that information, and then based on the questions that were answered, that gives them a number score.
Right. And then you're able to kind of work from there.
And then we work from there.
And do all that. And I wanted to ask, too, before we run out of time this morning, about kind of what happens to these individuals, these families that are helped by this program. Is the goal to get them maybe into stable housing, and then maybe they can find a job, or they can find childcare for the kids so they can go to work and things like that, and get off of this program eventually?
We have an entire set of case management protocol that we go through to help people understand what the job supports are, training, education, maybe coming back to school. We look at making sure that everybody has applied for Medicaid if they're eligible, for SNAP benefits, WIC, understanding what the services are in the community, and how do they get to a place where they can sustain their rent without support, so that they are generating income and getting their basic needs met.
Right.
And getting them supported. So that is the ultimate goal. We don't want anybody to stay on any programming. In fact, we have up to 6 to 12 months maximum that people can utilize this. So that case management component is really important.
Right.
And one of the things that Cheri and I have been working on is making sure that we are checking on folks at least once a month, if not once a week, especially folks who have more struggles as individuals. So we're checking on them regularly and making sure that those basic needs are being met.
Gotcha.
And that they are working towards sustainability on their own.
And so I would imagine then there's a lot of success stories from this program of folks who have, for lack of a better term, graduated or what have you, and gotten off of that regular assistance, and they're now able to maybe have a job and support their family and pay for their own rent and things like that, and maybe move into a larger place or what have you.
So one of our goals is to do a better job of storytelling. So I'm working on that right now with my team at the partnership in general. How are we going to tell these stories? How are we going to share those successes so that people have an understanding and hopefully are inspired, to really reach themselves and push themselves to be sustainable in their own housing journey.
Exactly. Well, and I think a lot of folks in the community are appreciative that we have a program like this to help individuals and help them with housing and things like that. But I think we always wonder, what happens then after that? Are they able to get employed or find a job or find childcare and get back to work and raise a salary and have a salary, all those things, right?
Yes, I can think of a handful of people right now off the top of my head who've done incredibly well to sustain themselves and are doing an amazing job of giving back to the community now and able to pay their own rent, who are working full time and who are doing amazing and have become really independent and are really grateful for that opportunity.
That's wonderful. Well, that's what it's all about for sure. So very good. Well, just a couple minutes remaining. Any final thoughts about the program, Cheri?
Oh, I did want to speak about the, we call it the pit count. It's the point in time. And what it is they pick a day in January, and then we as a community, which this is my plug, I need more people to go out and do these surveys because it's really important that we go out and we ask people, where did you stay on the night of January 22nd? And we need to get more data on that because then that shows, people sleeping in their cars under a tree. So we need to be able to
on somebody's couch, whatever it is, I guess, right?
We need to be able to cover the community and get as many so that we have that data so that we can show truly how many people we have that are homeless, don't have a place to live. So if you want to participate in that, let me know, contact me, and then we can get you in for training, and we submit, I can send you the link, then you can sign up for the training, and then you can come out and help us do that.
Okay, very good. So that's you pick a date in January, as you said, so the survey would happen after that, obviously, right, to ask them where they were on that particular date. But this would be the good time to get signed up or find out more about this project to be able to help you with that. And again, sjpartnership.org is probably a place to find your contact information. So very good. Well, that sounds like a cool project. You'll tell us how it goes, I hope.
Yes, and hopefully we're very successful.
Yeah, I would hope so.
We will be successful, not hopefully.
There you go.
Very successful.
See, that's the way to do it.
And get as many people as possible.
Exactly. And I guess with those results, is that something you can use for future grant opportunities and things like that when you find out? So the PIT count
is a federal counting of the homeless population in our country. And so, again, the New Mexico Coalition to End Homelessness facilitates that for the state of New Mexico. And so we facilitate that this year and the past couple of years for San Juan County specifically. So yes, those numbers come out annually, and it does advise how HUD will set up funding for communities.
And I guess it breaks it down with that, are you in a shelter? Are you in your car? Are you under a tree? Or
so there will be a homeless count and a shelter count.
Okay.
So we're working really closely with PMS and the expansion and with the PATH.
Right. Makes sense. Yeah. Very good. Well, I'm sure it's very telling and very sobering to see some of those numbers when they come in.
Yes.
So good to have an accurate count of that.
Yes.
For sure. So wonderful. Well, thank you both for coming in. Once again, the Help Wanted sign is up at the San Juan County Partnership. You are looking for an associate director.
I sure am.
If folks would like to find out more, again, sjcpartnership.org, my apologies, sjcpartnership.org is where you can go and learn more about it, or just stop Anna on the street and ask her all about
Absolutely,
it. And she'll be glad to talk about it for sure. That's true. Thank you both for coming in this morning and sharing the information with me. It's a great organization. We're so great to have a partnership with you to continue sharing the work of the partnership and some of these exciting new grants that you're getting and the work that you're doing that continues into the new year. So we'll see you in January.
Thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, both of you. Happy holidays.
You too.
Happy holidays.
Thank you very much. My guest this morning from the San Juan County Partnership with me here on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.